While global attention remains fixed on the devastating wars in Europe and the Middle East, ominous storm clouds are gathering over the Horn of Africa. Here, a fragile peace is threatening to shatter, potentially igniting a new, cataclysmic conflict between two of the continent's most militarized nations, Ethiopia and Eritrea. The situation is a complex tapestry of historical grievances, economic desperation, and bold geopolitical ambitions, creating a volatile environment where the drums of war are beating with increasing intensity. At the heart of this escalating tension lies a fundamental and unresolved issue. Ethiopia, a landlocked giant of over 120 million people, is making increasingly assertive demands for sovereign access to the Red Sea, a demand that directly challenges the sovereignty of its neighbor, Eritrea. To understand the gravity of the present moment, we must look to the past. Ethiopia and Eritrea share a deeply intertwined and often painful history. After a long and brutal war for independence, Eritrea formally seceded from Ethiopia in 1993, leaving the latter landlocked. This unresolved issue of sea access, particularly concerning the port of Assab, festered, eventually erupting into a devastating border war from 1998 to 2000. The conflict claimed an estimated 100,000 lives and left a legacy of deep-seated animosity. A surprising thaw occurred in 2018 when newly elected Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed initiated a historic peace agreement, formally ending the state of war, reopening borders, and earning him the Nobel Peace Prize in 2019. The two nations even became allies during Ethiopia's recent brutal civil war in the Tigray region. But that alliance has since crumbled, and the old grievances have resurfaced with renewed vigor. Ethiopia's strategic predicament is stark. As Africa's second most populous nation with a rapidly growing economy, its complete reliance on the port of Djibouti for over 95% of its maritime trade is a critical vulnerability. This dependency costs Ethiopia billions of dollars annually in port fees and transit costs, money that Abiy Ahmed's government argues is essential for national development. More importantly, it places Ethiopia's economic lifeline in the hands of a foreign nation, a situation deemed untenable for a regional power with aspirations of greater influence. From Addis Abeba's perspective, direct access to a port is not merely an economic advantage. It is a matter of national security, sovereignty, and destiny. The Red Sea, one of the world's most vital shipping lanes, is tantalizingly close, yet geographically out of reach. This simmering frustration has now boiled over into concrete military posturing. Reports indicate that Ethiopian troops are massing in significant numbers along the shared border, particularly near the town of Zalambesa. This location is strategically critical. It was a major flashpoint in the previous war and lies a mere 100 miles from the Eritrean capital, Asmara, placing the nation's political heart within striking distance. Additional deployments have been observed further southeast, closer to the coveted Eritrean port city of Assab, suggesting a multi-pronged strategic focus. While both governments have been tight-lipped about specific movements, the buildup is undeniable and has placed the entire region on high alert. The rhetoric from Ethiopian leadership has grown increasingly bold and unambiguous. In a series of public statements, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has framed the quest for a port as an existential issue. He has been quoted as saying, "Whether you'd like it or not, the prison will have to blast somewhere," a stark metaphor for Ethiopia's landlocked condition. In another televised address to Parliament, he pointed to a map and declared, "We can see that only a narrow strip of land separates us from the Red Sea. If this is not going to happen, there will be no fairness and justice. And if there is no fairness and justice, it's only a matter of time we will fight." These are not veiled threats. They are direct and public declarations of intent, signaling that Ethiopia is prepared to use force if diplomatic or commercial avenues fail. For Eritrea, a nation forged in a 30-year struggle for sovereignty, any compromise on its territory is unthinkable. The government in Asmara views Ethiopia's demands as a direct existential threat. The potential for miscalculation is immense. A preemptive strike, a border skirmish escalating out of control, or a deliberate invasion could plunge the Horn of Africa into a conflict far larger and more destructive than the war from 1998 to 2000. The stakes involve not just the two nations, but the stability of the entire region, which is already grappling with crises in Sudan, Somalia, and Yemen. As the world watches other fires burn, this long smoldering dispute between Ethiopia and Eritrea is threatening to erupt into a full-blown conflagration, with consequences that would be felt far beyond its borders.